Today we're talking about the law of attraction. Thanks for tuning in. See you soon.
All right, microphone test. Cool. Everything's working. Great. Let's get into it. Okay. I was pointing up to my mouth so I don't have to bend my fucking neck or any shit like that. Okay. What's up? Welcome to the show. I'm Alexander Suarez, your host, and today we're going to talk about the law of attraction and how you can manifest your desires and your dreams into your reality. We're going to talk about manifesting the right things and circumstances into your life, and also how to transform challenging experiences into opportunities for growth. We're going to talk about an abundance mindset, and I'm going to show you a demonstration. We'll talk a little bit about karma and mindful consumption. We're going to get into the simplicity in manifestation, and we're going to talk about a psychological aspect of manifestation that not many people talk about, called the reticular activating system, which is a system that filters out information from your brain so you won't go crazy. And in my demonstration of an abundance mindset, some people might actually get a little bit pissed off, but I don't care. So let's get into it. All right, first off, everything is frequency, and that includes your thoughts and your emotions too. When you shift your mental patterns and your mindset on a subconscious level, everything in your life will change. Most of you have heard that we have an aura. Your body and your subconscious mind is the operating system from which your frequencies are emitted. So when you make changes in your subconscious mind, meaning below your conscious mind, it changes your vibration. It changes the frequency you put out into the universe. All right, we're going to get into the abundance mindset. So buckle up. And this is my demonstration. Didn't like the way that person spoke to you? Time to clearly define to yourself where your boundaries are at and what you will and will not tolerate in your life. Time to grow your character. How long are you just going to keep taking it without doing something about it? Time to recalibrate your self-worth and level up. Didn't get the girl you wanted? More time to heal and love yourself more, and to become a person with a powerful character and high value, and learn your lessons so you don't have to go through the same experiences in the future. Time to reflect on, what am I really looking for? Not just how do they look, what are their values, how are they like, what do they believe in, how are they going to treat me, are they willing to learn, are they willing to grow, are they able to forgive? Time to level up. Didn't get the economic growth you expected for the year? Good. Time to educate yourself more, to learn more, and increase your value in the market. Time to figure out how you can produce something that is uniquely you, and find and figure out what drives you, so you don't have to solely rely on discipline, because when you are passionate about what you're doing, you don't have to lean solely on discipline, because when you are passionate about doing something, it gets easier for you, and you combine that with discipline instead of just forcing yourself to do something that you don't really want to do. Didn't like the way your relationship ended badly with that person. More time to reflect on your own character and stop blaming other people, because it will never change you. More time to become the person you've always wanted to be, so that you can secure better relationships in the future. So that's my demonstration of an abundance mindset, and it was inspired by Jocko Willink, a badass Navy SEALs dude. And an abundance mindset is saying that there is always more, that in every challenge there are opportunities for growth, and when you suffer and when you are in pain, it is a brilliant opportunity for you to really reflect on how you can transform your current situation into a way better life. Many times the challenges and things we face can be the seeds for tremendous growth and possibility. You start moving forward with a positive mindset. You take day by day, and sometimes even breath by breath, and you just believe in yourself. You believe that you can transform whatever you're going through, instead of falling into this negative loop and a downward spiral. So instead of thinking about how horrible it is, you shift your mindset into a positive mindset. And instead of, why is this happening to me? You'll instead think, what is this trying to teach me? And then you start reframing your thought patterns. And then when something seemingly shitty happens to you, you can use it as fuel for your fire. An abundance mindset is all about seeing the opportunities. And like in the yin and yang symbol, there's a little white dot in the black part, and there's a little black dot in the white part. And someone once told me, to them it meant that in the bad, there's a little bit of good, and in the good, there's a little bit of bad. So, of course, you want sunshine, but there's going to be a little bit of rain. What you going to do about it? Maybe you find a way to enjoy the rain too, and know that when it rains, it is the life force needed for things to grow. And so when the sun comes, things start blossoming. So many people that have gone through horrible stuff have later on seen that this was actually the turning point in their lives that changed everything. And they actually end up being grateful for have gone through those times in their lives, that because it made them better as a person than they ever were. They learned to love themselves more. They learned more about what they actually care about, what are their values in life, how are they gonna proceed living their life forward and onward. So your challenges in many ways can be gifts, but you need to reframe it into that belief system. So when negative things happen, you'll know that, all right, this is an opportunity for me to grow as an individual. Thank you. All right, so let's jump into the law of attraction. The law of attraction is really a physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual process where you need to integrate all of those components to manifest and attract the things that you want into your life, to maximize the magnetism and attraction power you have so that you can get the life that you want. And let me tell you, there's a lot of misconceptions about the law of attraction. There are a lot of people thinking that if I just think the thought hard enough, that it will come to me. If I just imagine it vividly enough, or if I just meditate hard enough on this, that it will just magically come knocking on your door or appear somehow in your life. You need the other components for the law of attraction to actually work. All right, so the imagination part is actually, I'd say, the most vital and important part, because everything that you do starts in the mind first. So it's definitely very important, but you have to physically take action. So if you want to manifest money, maybe you have to take that phone call. Maybe you need to educate yourself a little bit more. Maybe you need to go to a certain location or meet certain people that you can learn from or team up with. A lot of people are thinking about the perfect partner and all of that stuff. They fail to think about, what does a person of that type of caliber actually want? What do they want? What are a man or a woman of that caliber attracted to? So that comes into you want to receive this, but you have to think about what you're giving then. All right, maybe you need to do some physical work and go on a diet or train and work out a little bit, because so we're talking about the physical things here. You need to do some physical. And so that also includes, if you want to meet this type of person, maybe you need to be at a certain location where the person with the energy that you're looking for might be at. And a lot of people today are using dating apps. So maybe that includes that too. Like you're doing something physical. You imagined it first. You clearly define to yourself what it is that you want. You visualize it, you write it down. And so you know the mental and emotional components of what it is that you're looking for. And now you have to do the physical parts, which I just mentioned. And like I said, there's also a spiritual component to all of this. But you know, the spirituality is individual to each person. And so that's up to you to discover and figure out how you integrate that into your own life. So I'm not going to tell you what to do and how to do that, but let me just say one thing. Believing in something greater than yourself, believing in a higher power will certainly help. So again, it doesn't help to just sit there and visualize it hard enough and just mentally grind on it every single day. And also, you can't be frequency of lacking. You need to be grateful while you are pursuing your goals. You need to have fun and build yourself up and not sit there and feel that you're lacking something. You need to be happy in your own life. And so then the pursuit of manifesting the things you want become joyous, passionate, exciting. That's what it's about. Because if you're having this desperate energy of, I need this, I need that, yes, you can go into a state of mind where you're feeling like, I need to have this in my life. And that's fine. But as soon as you start getting desperate and feeling depressed about not having it, then you are just repelling it away. It's in many ways like in relationship, is if one partner is really, really desperate, it tends to push the other one away. And so it becomes this push-pull dynamic. And it's sort of the same way with a law of attraction. You can't be desperate about it. You have to enjoy the ride, enjoy the journey, and find peace with your current situation while you are building something better. That's what it's about. It's not about the destination. It's about the journey. So I'm going to talk a little bit about karma, which I think is interlinked with the law of attraction. And I'm not necessarily talking about karma in Buddhism or Hinduism. Let's get into it. So what you give out is what you receive. I told someone close to me recently, everything bad that you have ever done, you're going to pay for. Everything good that you have ever done, you will be rewarded for. And many times, the time it takes for the punishment or reward sometimes are a little bit obscured because you never know when it's going to come back to you. But it certainly and definitely will. So if you haven't paid for the shitty things you've done or said, you eventually will. So it's good to keep that in the back of your mind if you feel like you're about to lose your shit and go crazy on someone you actually care about. Calm down, take a deep breath, and just recalibrate and reassess the situation. Take some time out and just chill. It's not worth it. And even if you feel justified sometimes, it's not worth being a dick about it, because if you care about this person and you want them in your life, then that's not the right approach. Now, I'm not talking about not setting boundaries. Of course you set boundaries. Of course you clearly define and speak up when something's not right. But just be careful to not completely lash out, because it will just come back to bite you. And so when you are resentful or judgmental or angry or those things, navigate through them. Navigate through those emotions instead and take that challenge as an opportunity for growth. So when you do good deeds and you uplift and you inspire and you help and you're kind, good things start happening to you. I have a little story. So recently, a couple of days ago, I met my neighbor. And I just wanted to be nice to this older lady. So I just said hello and gave her a big smile and started talking a little bit to her. And just, okay, I was busy, but I thought, okay, I can spare 5-10 minutes and just talk to this lady. And we had a good conversation and it was positive and I was just attentive and I cared about what she had to say and it felt good. And so the funny thing is that the next day I met her again. And she was so excited to see me. And she invited me to come over to her garden. And they have these huge trees that grow a type of fruit. I don't know exactly what that fruit is called in English. But anyway, she gave me like 100 of those. And we had this long conversation and we were laughing and our dogs were like playing around me and stuff like that. And it was just really meaningful to me. And so I took my time with her and so she invited me to come and eat with them. And she gave me like coffee and ice cream and all of that stuff. And her husband came out and we sat there and just spoke and he showed me this old LP player and I was totally present and in a grateful state of mind. I really liked that. And so a little while later, their adult kids came to visit with their children. And so now we're this whole group and we're just sitting there and talking and laughing and discussing stuff. And it meant so much to me. It was so nice. It was so beautiful. And that's just to emphasize that sometimes a little smile or showing that you care or being present, it will come back to you. So try it out. Just smile to a person, to a stranger, and just say hello and be nice. You'll be surprised at what happens to your own energy. Because when I got back home, I was beaming with positive energy. All right, so we're going to talk a little bit about mindful consumption. So first off, don't put your faith in the wrong things. You're just going to get punished for it. Your subconscious mind is always taking in and storing information all the time. And there's a reason why psychologists say that what you feed your mind with, you become. And so if you are constantly consuming this social media garbage all the time, it will affect you. And it doesn't matter how conscious you are, because in many ways you are like an animal and your brain is like a computer. And so you can't 100% control your subconscious mind. This is how the brain is built. And when you listen to something with repetition or read something with repetition, it will influence your character and influence who you are and influence your choices. And so when the energy of something you're consuming is negative, it becomes a part of you. I personally blocked and removed all sorts of pages on social media that post things like, if they do this, they're a narcissist, or a relationship is supposed to be this and that. And if she or he loved you, they would do that. And all the negative shit all the time, and videos that are violent and horrible to watch. Just removed it. Block, get it away. You don't need that shit in your life, because trust me, it affects you. It affects your nervous system. It affects your brain, and it affects who you are as a person. And it affects your mood in subtle ways that you might even not notice. And this is just an undisputable fact. It doesn't matter how aware you are. You can be aware of what I'm saying right now, but it still affects you, even if you think, oh no, I'm careful. I know how to distinguish good from bad. Yeah, I'm sure you do. But the point is, if you keep repeating it, if you keep pouring that information into yourself daily or even weekly, it definitely impacts you. So what would happen if the things you saw were only inspiring and positive and uplifting and all of that? Instead, of course, it changes you. It makes a difference. Every piece of information you consume is a seed in your subconscious mind, and the more you hear about it, the more you water that seed. People like to talk about the law of attraction in combination with the universe and metaphysics and quantum mechanics and all of that stuff. But frankly, you don't need to learn all of that to understand how the law of attraction works. And of course, if you're interested in that stuff, then dive in. But the law of attraction is really more easily understood from a psychological level. You see, you have this system in your brain called the reticular activating system. And it's a filtering mechanism that your subconscious mind uses to filter out information that your unconscious think is not useful to you. So let me give you an example of this. There's this woman that has a child that goes to kindergarten, and it's the last day of kindergarten because the child is now old enough to start going to school. And on the last day, she notices a big, beautiful oak tree standing there close to where the children usually play. And she was mesmerized by this beautiful, magnificent tree. And she was shocked because she didn't understand, what have I never noticed? And so she asked another adult about the tree. And the other adult told her, the tree has always been there. And so she was a little bit shocked and a little bit saddened that she hadn't appreciated the beauty of that tree before. And so from that day forward, she decided that she's going to notice more of the beautiful things around her and appreciate more of the things around her, because some things don't last forever. And so it is important to appreciate the good things and the beautiful things that are already here. And so she did, and she made a change. And so she started basically appreciating everything in her life more and realizing that nothing lasts forever. One day we're all gonna die. And she wanted to make the best out of it instead of just being so occupied and overthinking in her own head all the time. And so this is an example of the reticular activating system, the mechanism in your brain that filters out information that it thinks is not useful to you. And so it works the other way around when you start telling yourself what you actually value, what you appreciate, what you want more of, and focus on the beautiful things, the good things. You'll start noticing more of it because this system in your brain is gonna now deem those things as important to you. And you're suddenly gonna notice more of the opportunities, more of the positive things. And when you have a gratitude practice, you'll actually increase your gratitude levels and feel it more intensely. Another example is when we were children, we had this game where every time we saw a yellow car, we would punch each other in the arm. And so obviously we started noticing yellow cars everywhere. It was quite funny. And another example is, all right, so you get pregnant, or your wife gets pregnant, or your friend gets pregnant, whatever. And so you start noticing pregnant people everywhere. And so you need to learn to take advantage of this system. You don't need to necessarily remember the name, but if you want to learn more about it, you can search for reticular activating system. You activate it by consciously focusing and telling yourself what you want to see, what you want, and what's important to you, and focusing on those things. So that's it for today. I'm going to end this video with 10 powerful affirmations to activate this system in your brain to help you manifest and attract the things you desire and raise our vibrations. Let's begin. Take a deep breath. Inhale personal power and exhale all doubt. Just be present right here, this moment. I am open to new opportunities and possibilities in my life. I attract positive experiences and positive people into my life by raising my vibration. I am aware of the abundance and the opportunities that are already here. I commit to notice more of the good things that are already around. I trust that the universe is guiding me through my intuition. I am capable of achieving my goals and dreams. I believe in myself. I constantly attract and manifest positive outcomes into my life. Challenges and difficulties are opportunities for my growth. I believe in my ability to create the life that I desire. Today, I raise my vibration. I am training my mind, and my body will follow. I am worthy. I am good enough. Within me, the power of 10 trillion suns, illuminating a path to incredible growth, joy, happiness, purpose, and fulfillment. I choose to walk that path, and I stop and smell the flowers on the way. I clean up my environment mentally and physically, emotionally and spiritually, and I rise to new heights. I am excited and grateful to embark on this new chapter in my life. I love and appreciate my journey. I pledge to be better than I have ever been. I manifest my dreams, goals, and desires into reality and enjoy this beautiful world. Thank you, universe. All right, that's it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, connect with me and like-minded people in this community. And remember, you are the architect of your own destiny. Thank you for tuning in. See you later.